Hello G, namaste, welcome. You are listening to Bollywood Talkies with your host Minnie, and this is the Shaadi Special episode. Now, a lot of people asked me, why do a whole Shaadi Special episode? Is there something you're trying to tell us? The only thing I'm trying to say is that I have big wedding ideas that I want to talk about because most of my ideas and vibes are inspired from Hindi films and shows. And what better platform than Bollywood Talkies to talk about Desi weddings? And honestly, the inspiration for this particular episode came from binge watching the popular series Indian Matchmaking Season 2, which, if you haven't watched yet, go and add both seasons to your list right away. Okay, so since I mentioned the show, I'm gonna talk a bit about it. So let's talk about Sima Aunty, who's back with another season of Match No Match, where this time her biggest problem is finding a girl who doesn't mind living in Nasik and with chickens. What's the problem with Nasik? But in this season, not only does Sima Aunty make a comeback, but popular cast members Aparna, Nadia, and Pradyum are here with exciting progress, which I won't spoil, but all I would say is that one of them did find a match. That's something for you guys to find out. But along with some known faces, this season is full of new well, not exactly new singles, because they've been single for a while, which is why they're on the show. But there are some new faces who've got some high demands. Yikes. But I will have to say one thing. There is a lot of determination in this season. Some positive, some negative. Seema Aunty constantly says, I'm not a magician that can wave a wand and create a man. You have to expect 60 to 70% of what you want. But despite this, some people are determined to find their dream life partner, and believe it or not, they may have been able to actually find them. Yes, Miss Viral Joshi, I'm talking about you. And in no random order, my favorite people from season 2 are definitely Viral Joshi, Sheetal Patel, and Arshneil Singh. These three really had the correct mindset for finding a match. They knew exactly what they wanted and also allowed themselves to give potential matches more than just one chance. You'll understand exactly what I mean when you go watch the show. And believe it or not, Indian matchmaking is renewed for season 3. Let's see what Seema Aunty deals with next time. Now, it's time to get into the segment that was inspired by Indian matchmaking. Welcome to the Shaadi Show and Tell. In this part of the show, we will talk about our dream weddings, the best filmy Shaadi moments, the best kind of life partners, and of course, marriage tips and tricks. See, Desi weddings and Indian entertainment go hand in hand. You can never have a Desi wedding and not integrate any kind of entertainment. In a brown wedding, the vibes, dancing, singing, outfits, food, and every little detail has a complete Bollywood influence, if not just a hint. And let me explain. You will always hear similar statements in weddings and in the planning. I want to have a similar lehenga style to what Alia wore for her wedding. Or if Rajkumar Rao could apply sindoor like Patralekha, I think my groom should as well. Or we need a Bole Churiyan choreography or else I'm not getting married. And even I want the kind of love that Karthik and Naira have on Ye Rishta. Okay, that last one was my statement. But the best part is it varies for everyone. So let's get right into our Shaadi Show and Tell. Okay, I decided to reach out to some of our listeners to talk about all things related to Desi weddings and marriages. First off, taking inspiration from movies and TV. So, while I'm nowhere close to getting married anytime soon, I will honestly say that I have all my ideas planned out. For starters, for every function of mine, my close family and friends are gonna be in color coordinated outfits, just like the families in Hindi TV shows. No questions asked. See, I think it's super cute just for the whole look of the event, but at the same time, it's super convenient. You need to find people, you need some help. Oh, just find the person in blue. You get what I mean? Another fantasy of mine is walking down the big ballroom stairs and the wedding aisle to my favorite Indian background scores. Just imagine, everyone is quiet, and there, the wedding score from Student of the Year starts playing. And then it transitions to the music from Karthik and Naira's wedding from Ye Rishta. Listen, oh. And of course I will be walking, but yes, I am a big Kyra fan and I love their characters' relationship so much that if I start to talk about it, it will be its own episode. But see, the one thing I know for sure is that this wedding of mine is gonna be a movie. And I'm gonna be the director from start to finish. And yes, this includes the wedding film as well. Now that you heard my filmy wedding fantasy, let's hear yours. Here's Yashu with her idea of a dreamy, filmy wedding.
Basically, my filmy aspect is that I want to get Manish Malhotra's lehenga and the hall full of flashes on me and full of energy, full of dance. Me and my groom also dancing on Kala Chashma.
Aw, sis, I hope you get your Manish Malhotra lehenga and please let me be part of the Kala Chashma choreo. I promise I won't disappoint you. Next up, we have Rohan, who's gonna tell us the part of his future wedding that he's looking forward to the most.
My biggest Desi wedding fantasy is, to be honest, just to be dressed as like a groom and just walk down the entire aisle and like watch my bride walk towards me with like the traditional like shagun song playing behind, coming down like a really traditional way with under the chadar of like flowers and like people throwing flowers as like we walk around the fire together. Wow.
OMG, Rohan, that is so cute. Please invite me to the wedding so that I can shed some sangeet tears. Oh, and we also have Sonia talking about her plans for the sangeet.
One of the filmy or desi traits I would need to have in my dream wedding would have to be the sangeet. I already imagine the groom's side battling the bride's side, and we're just having a dance-off, dancing the night away. I already see myself performing as well, doing my own Bollywood number / Bharatanatyam number, and of course adding the Caribbean twist to it. And yeah, I think it would just be such a beautiful thing to have at my wedding, and I need to have that.
Whoa, a Bollywood Bharatanatyam Caribbean dance number? This is a whole movie, girl. Make sure you get fireworks, Sonia. Add that extra little oomph. You know what I mean? Oh, and we also have Tamanna, who seems to already know which mandap she wants.
Hi, so my dream wedding has to be at least one of the two or a mix, preferably. In Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, the dome-like structure where Kajol and Shahrukh share the dance when it's raining in the summer camp. That dome-like structure is in my hometown. So that has to be the ideal setting. So that's like the mandap style. And definitely Bahubali themed. Like, definitely.
All these dreamy Bollywood wedding fantasies just makes me want to add more pages full of ideas for my own wedding. So thank you guys. But I think it's funny how all of us have these plans and dreams and no person to actually marry. I'm just talking about myself at this point. No, but seriously, let's talk about the next important part of the wedding. The partner. The person you're gonna marry. Just in case Sima Aunty is listening to this, I have a list of qualities that I'm looking for in a guy. First things first, he needs to be okay that Shah Rukh Khan comes first in my love life. If not, there's the door, sir. No, but actually, Shahrukh was the one who taught me so much about love that we all deserve. So today I agree when he said, प्यार दोस्ती है. अगर वो मेरी सबसे अच्छी दोस्त नहीं बन सकती, तो मैं उसे कभी प्यार कर ही नहीं सकता. There's no better way to explain it. And that's what I'm looking for. A best friend. Who has curly hair? Let's hear from you guys. What are the top 3 qualities you would like for your future partner to have? So first up, Yash. Tell us what you're looking for in your life partner.
The top 3 qualities I want my life partner to have is that she has to be kind, hardworking, and so much so that she's an inspiration to me. So it pushes me on to be the best that I can be, to be the best self for both me and her.
Okay, Yash. Here's wishing you all the best to find that person's self. Next, we have Rishka. Let's hear your list, ma'am.
The 3 top qualities that my future life partner should have. Well, to start off, I would say respect, because in my opinion, respect is something that's taken for granted in too many relationships these days. I think the next one would be honesty. Well, actually, it's a battle between honesty and loyalty for me, but I would still choose honesty because at the end of the day, you can be loyal but not honest. And last but not least, I think he needs to have a good sense of humor, because if you can't be my Kevin Hart from time to time, then baby, you just ain't the one.
At that last line, I agree with the sense of humor 100%. We need some laugh. Okay, all this talk just makes me feel so happy for you guys. I really hope that everyone out there really finds that one person they deserve to have. But I have a question. How do we go about making the decisions of being with someone in our 20s and 30s into a relationship that not only lasts long, but is actually successful and happy? I mean, as much as I love the relationship between Karthik and Naira, I can't help but also think about the amount of times they not only fought, but also split up. That's another thing the relationship always got back on track. But in real life, that hardly happens. I mean, I want that Kyra love too, but not completely, because they did my girl Naira wrong with that ending, and I will never forgive the writers for that. But seriously, how do we make our relationship successful? How do we last long like Veer Zara and Raj and Simran? Let's talk to some experts for some tips and tricks. Hi Auntie Anu. What is one piece of advice you would give the young generation today who plan to or have recently gotten into committed relationships and marriages?
Hi Minnie, I must tell you something. You're doing an awesome job with your show. Okay, to all the newlyweds and newly married out there, the guys, you'll better remember, happy wife is a happy life. And as my husband says, his wife is happy and he is married. And we are happily married now for 40 years. Love you all, and God bless each one of you to have a beautiful, lovely, happy married life together.
40 years going strong. We love that. I want to be like Auntie Anu when I grow up. Oh, we also have Auntie Simran sharing a few things to remember. Hi Auntie.
Hello everybody. Marriage is not a noun, it's more like a verb because it flourishes when both work as a team, have good communication, spend lots of time together, do fun things. In a marriage, winning together is always important than keeping your own score. So for all the youngsters who are still single and the couples that are soon to be married, marriage is like a flower and it only blossoms when you pour love and care into it. So guys and girls, don't look for Mr. or Miss Perfect. Both of you work as a team and make it perfect for yourself. Bye-bye.
Well folks, y'all heard it here. Make note and remember it all as you go on and make your commitments. Okay, now I kind of want to go for a wedding. Somebody invite me now. But with all those beautiful experiences and wishes shared by you guys, It brings us to the end of the Shaadi show and tell. But it doesn't just end here. You can still send us more opinions and suggestions all on our social media. You know where to find us. Oh, and FYI, the episode isn't over yet. So, after hearing everyone's bits and pieces, I thought it would be a lot more fun to bring someone who is a big Bollywood fan, is freshly married, and brought a lot of Bollywood fun to his own wedding. My guest today is a good friend of mine who I honestly don't get to talk much, which is why I invited him to be a guest on the show. No, I'm just kidding. But I do know him since a few years now, and while we are different in many ways, the one thing we have in common is the love for movies. And while I couldn't attend his wedding, unfortunately, I know it was absolutely amazing, just because I know how all out he must have gone just for this. But don't worry, he's gonna talk about it as well. Please join me in welcoming my good friend, Kush. Hello, how are you?
Hi, darling. How are you? How's everything?
I'm great. Tell me, are you excited today?
I am. I'm very excited today. It's my first time experience in coming in a podcast, so something different. Another something ticked off the bucket list.
I'm so glad. That gives me a lot of pressure, but at the same time, I'm like, I can do this. Okay.
Good. I really hope this becomes famous because it's my only podcast I've done.
So same for me. This is the only podcast I've done. Okay. Now, Kush, you're here today because you love Bollywood. I love Bollywood. So, to start off, what is your favorite Bollywood film?
I have a couple. I can't just name one.
Okay.
It would be unfair to name one. Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum always is one of my top time favorites.
Good choice.
And Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. I think it's pretty classic. I like the classic Bollywood films, and something common between both is Hrithik Roshan, which, I mean, Greek god.
Of course.
So I love these, and I am also a fan of some of the films that are not so mainstream, like the ones that have a different angle to it. So something like the Runway 34 that was there, or Drishyam. That's another brilliant Bollywood movie. Of course, it's a remake, but the brilliance, the way that Ajay Devgan did it is amazing. So I like those Bollywood movies as well, but the classics are always going to stay the classics. The Kuch Kuch Hota Hai will always be there.
Of course.
Those are the ones that will always have a special place in my heart.
I think it has a special place in everyone's heart. A lot of us have grown up on those movies, so it's there.
Exactly.
It's there with us. Now, speaking of growing up, you had a lot of events in your life recently, whether it came to your parents' anniversary, sometimes even your own birthday, and your wedding last year, which I want to congratulate for, even though I've done before already.
Thank you.
So, all these events that you've done have always had a big amount of Bollywood influence. We'll always see one Bollywood theme event from the whole event itself, where you'll always see someone dressing up like one filmy character. There's other one running across the stage looking like Chulbul Pandey or somebody. So what is it about Hindi movies?
Okay, let me correct you there. First of all, I was the Chulbul Pandey, and the person running across was different characters, which we had taken. One was Amitabh Bachchan, and there was Guthi from the Kapil Sharma show and all of those. But see, I think more than anything, there are two things that bring all Indians together. One is Bollywood and one is cricket.
Yeah, of course.
Something that you must have heard a million times. And that I see. I mean, I will tell people to follow themes and everyone will not follow it. But the only theme people will follow is when it comes to Bollywood. And yeah, people can be even easy. Like I remember for this show, there was for the last one that I hosted, I had 8 people come and dressed up as the same character. So because it's easy to dress up like that, not much to do. And I think it just brings out this, it's a craze in everybody. The limelight that Bollywood has, seeing actors, seeing them as your heroes grow up. So the love for that is what unites everybody, and it's easy to follow. It's a theme that's very easy to follow. You don't need to do much. Like one of my friends dressed up as Circuit. All he did was put on a black kurta, blue jeans, and took his mom's jewelry, put gold chains around his neck, and yeah, I think he was ready. A sunglass, and then you're ready to be Circuit.
That's true, but sometimes I guess even the simplicity is nice. Even coming as those iconic characters that have like simple looks just make it a lot more fun
I know.
sometimes, don't you agree?
Yeah, and there are some people. So I was surprised to see people dressed up as different. Like somebody came as Geet of Jab We Met. One of my favorite movies, classic. So she actually wore, that dress that she was wearing in the train in the night.
Oh,
So, yeah.
oh, the train in the night. Okay, usually a lot of people
Yeah.
wear the one with
The
the black
sharara type.
corset
Yeah,
and the,
no. She wore the one that train in the night, literally that tracks type, and a t-shirt with that picture on it and stuff. So that she had worn, and I had somebody come in dressed up as Deepika Padukone from Tamasha. I mean, for a minute even I was like, who are you dressed up as? And then it was like, from Tamasha movie. I'm like, oh, okay. The white jacket type and the blue dress. So and it's because that's their favorite movie. Tamasha is that person's favorite movie. Jab We Met is that person's favorite movie. So it actually brings out a variety of characters, like a lot of them, and it's just nice to watch, and it's fun. I mean, it gives a good theme as well.
Yeah, that's true. You can never go wrong with Bollywood. But
Exactly.
how about you personally? Have you ever thought about being part of the industry? If you love Bollywood so much?
I have. Okay, so I have been behind the camera, like in front of the camera also as a child. I've done an advertisement. So I know how it is. Not many people know that. Me and my brother were in a Dabur Chamanprash advertisement.
Oh my god.
And
This is
Yeah, Me and Love.
exciting. This is exciting.
so
I
Me
don't
and
know.
Love were. I think it's even there on his Instagram page today, Love's Instagram page. It was a very small role, but I remember we had shot the whole day for it, and it was literally 2 seconds on television. But it's more mind-boggling. But we were a few of the lucky ones. Like, it was a group, so we were selected from our karate class, and it was like 40 of us who had gone, and it was only me and Love whose face was there on the screen. So we were lucky for that. And so I've been behind the camera. I've had a lot of tenants of mine who are in the film industry, producers, even some actors. I don't want to take names for obvious reasons, but
Yeah.
so I've heard a lot of stories. I have a few friends who are not exactly in the Bollywood industry, but are in the industry, as in series making and production and all of that. So I know about it. There is a part of me that has always wanted to be a part of it, but life has different plans for now. Inshallah, maybe someday I will be a part of it.
You know what? I agree, and I'm gonna be there with you. The next time you ever get another casting call or something, I'll probably be there with you. We're gonna get our little passion dreams together, okay?
Sounds good. But I think you want to be on screen, right?
Honestly, the thing with me is I love a little bit of everything. As long as I'm part of the industry, I'm fine. Or you can just make me a Bollywood wife so that I can have a fabulous life, I guess.
That is so not right.
Now, let's talk about the Shaadi Special that we have going on this show today on the episode. But talking about Shaadi Special, we have to talk about your Shaadi that happened last year. You had all these different functions. It was one of the most grand weddings I've ever seen. How easy was it to plan this kind of an event with so many different functions, with also everyone's choice and interest? Because it wasn't just you getting married, your brother was also getting married. 4 people involved in a whole wedding. How did that go?
Okay, so first let me tell you, it was more difficult than we had planned when our parents' wedding anniversary we had done, because the 2 main differences: one, no COVID. The second main difference was that we were in Bombay while planning. There was a lockdown that had happened again in April, and our wedding was in July. We announced we got engaged in March. The wedding was in July, and in April there was a lockdown which went on till July actually. For a while after July also it didn't open. So that was the main difficult part because people could come to India but not leave. So we as a family were stuck in Dubai for a very long time because we knew if we went, we couldn't come back. So all the planning and everything needed to be done from Dubai itself. So that was the main difficult part. You know my parents, I mean, once they put their mind to something, there's no stopping them. I mean, so they had decided the wedding was going to happen and it's going to happen on this day. So, well, I think the main thing was that luckily, all four of us, for that matter, including my wife, my sister-in-law and my brother, none of us were too demanding. We actually had much less expectations from the wedding than what came out to be because we knew the situation we were in. We actually didn't expect much. Let me tell you one thing. I must be the first guy who cried on his wedding. Like my bride didn't cry, I cried, and the reason being, I'll tell you why. So our Bharat was supposed to start and it started raining. In that situation, my father, my brothers, my friends, and everyone of the temple and everywhere else, all the people that we know, took off their sherwanis and started dancing in the rain. And the Bharat, we had a rain dance Bharat. It was, I have seen weddings for 27 years of my life because I stay above a temple where we have more than 300 weddings a year. So I've seen weddings for 27 years of my life. I've never seen a Bharat in a rain. So there were these two little kids who were holding the umbrellas over me and love so that our clothes don't get wet. But everyone else was dancing. So when people shower you with so much love, so if you tell me to pick one instance out of the wedding which really took me away, it was this. I mean, then of course I saw my bride and that was an emotional moment. And then the whole ceremony itself, it's something else.
Chalo, we've talked about the Shaadi, we've talked about the ceremonies itself. But now, in terms of marriage, what is something that you look forward to now as you start or as you continue this journey now?
Having a best friend.
No.
I don't have to look outside if I want to go watch a movie, if I want to go out for a drive, if I want to just share an ice cream. I have this constant person who's going to be there and who has no option but to be there because they've signed up for life. And it just is awesome because of that. You have this one constant. I think it's beautiful. I think that feeling is amazing. You feel complete.
Yeah, of course. But as I said, you have me blushing over something that I'm not even talking about. So thank you. But now I have even higher standards in marriage and weddings. So God bless my future boyfriend or husband,
Don't worry, I'll handle your entire wedding. I'll take care of it.
Seriously? Oh my God.
For a hefty fees.
Oh, that's no problem. Hopefully by the time I'll be rich enough so I can take care of it. Well, that was a lot of fun about your Shaadi and your Bollywood life and of course your wedding itself. Now let's move on to something fun where in true Karan Johar style, we will be doing a rapid fire. How excited are you for this?
Very, very excited. And who are the judges?
I am the only judge. I decide if you get the invisible hamper or not. Well, the soon to come hamper whenever that happens.
Okay, start.
First question, Kush. If you could pick any one film to watch every day for the rest of your life, which would it be?
Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
As you should. Next question. Is it true when they talk about violence playing in the background when you fall in love?
It depends. Sometimes there's guitar, sometimes there's piano, but there is music. That's for sure.
Okay. I was like, I wonder where this is going. We should definitely email this section to your wife ASAP. Okay, now we have a would you rather question. Would you rather go on an international multi-city for a honeymoon or visit your family village like Rampur for a honeymoon?
International multi-city.
Okay. Next question. Would you rather have Karan Johar or Sanjay Leela Bansali direct your love story into a
Sanjay
film?
Leela Bansali.
Oh, you like all the big, fancy, high-budgeted
No, because
type
my
of...
love story, which I will take a segment with you and tell you, because I told you the Shaadi part. There's a big story before the Shaadi. So with the drama and everything that happened, I think Sanjay Leela Bansali would be better.
Okay, no problem. I would love to see that be into a film. Okay, if you had the power to be one filmy character for a whole day, who would it be?
One filmy character for the whole day. Put me in a spot here. Munna Bhai.
Oh. Okay, makes sense. Now we have 2 bonus questions. A song you would choose to dance on during my wedding.
Chikni Chameli.
Chikni Chameli, oh god.
Can't get more Bollywood than that. Or Sheila Ki Jawani.
It really can't. It really can. Oh, I would love to see that. Chikni Chameli or she. Do a mashup. Just do a Katrina inspired mashup. I love it.
Then I'll put Kamli also in it.
Oh, even better. You'll do the flips and tricks like her?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, this is
don't take
exciting.
guarantee of myself on the stage, but I'll try my best.
Okay, I'm excited now. And lastly, for our bonus question, as I've been asking all of my podcast guests to do so, because I am hypothetically the potential baby shower planner for Ali and Ranbir, if you would suggest a name for their future baby, what would it be?
Depends if it's a guy or a girl.
You give me both. One for a girl, one for a guy.
Okay, so I am a little biased. So I've discussed with my wife. If we have a guy, I would love to name it Kabir. And
Kabir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which also goes with his character in Ye Jawani Hai Diwani. And
Yes,
if it's a
yes,
girl,
of course.
I would love to name it Myra.
Myra. Oh, okay. Myra and Kabir. I think someone has also mentioned Kabir before, so you're not the only one. But those are very beautiful names, especially Myra. Yeah, that was the end of the rapid fire. Thank you for those 2 beautiful names. I will definitely put it in my name suggestion box. And we'll also send it to them via DMs if they ever respond. Now, we have to continue in true Karan Johar style. We have a quiz. 5 questions. Do you think your Bollywood knowledge is enough to pass this quiz?
I hope, fingers crossed.
Okay, fingers crossed. So let's hit you with the first question. In the movie Band Baja Barat, what was the name of the wedding planner company that Shruti and Bitu start together?
It was supposed to be Shaadi Mubarak.
Yes, that's correct. Second question. Name the 3rd villain in this popular movie series. I will not give you the name of the movie series, but you have to tell me the 3rd villain. John Abraham, Hrithik Roshan.
Amir Khan.
Okay, correct. This is from which movie series?
Doom. Seriously?
I'm just checking.
Okay, questions are decent.
Yeah, I mean, I can't make it too hard. Next question. In which city do Naina and Bunny meet again for their friend Aditi's wedding in Ye Jawani Hai Diwani?
Udaipur.
Okay.
Just a side note, Ye Jawani Hai Diwani is my wife's favorite movie.
Well, shout out to your wife for having such amazing taste. Next question. Which character said the following dialogue? बचपन से ही ना मुझे शादी करने का बड़ा क्रेज है by God.
जब we met Kareena Kapoor.
Oh, what was the character? What was her name?
Geet.
Okay, right. And last question. Name all 4 of Saif Ali Khan's kids.
Sara, Ibrahim, Taimur, Jahangir.
Yes, that's correct. All 4 of them. And you did great. That was the end of the quiz. All 5 questions.
I think everyone must have passed all your 5 questions if they were like this.
No, sometimes I make it hard, sometimes I make it easy. Depending on the person and depending on how much time I have during the day.
Okay.
Anyways, you did amazing on this quiz as well as you did amazing on the rapid fire, which unfortunately brings us to the end of the whole episode. How did it feel like to be a guest on this Shaadi Special episode?
It's been my pleasure, and so I don't get many people who are this crazy about Bollywood. So meeting somebody who is, and speaking to them about it and being asked these questions, and I'll just give you a small glimpse of what I used to do, me and my wife, but then girlfriend used to do for time pass. So I used to drive a lot when I was. We were in long distance for a while, and I used to travel 3 to 4 hours a day drive. So I used to switch on the radio. She used to be on call, and we used to play a game wherein the song that used to play, you had to guess the movie. And we've played that for hours. Like I can't even count how many hours we've played and how many songs we've heard. And yeah, there have been songs that I also didn't know which movie they were from. But yeah, it was fun, and it's nice to meet people who are like-minded when it comes to Bollywood and this whole experience and this industry. Yeah, it was fun. It was amazing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You did an amazing job by calling me, but a great job in general.
If the listeners were able to see the way how my face changed in this exact 1 second, you would have understood. But anyway, thank you so much, Kush, for being part. This, as you said, as much as it meant a lot to you, it meant a lot for me, because not only did we actually get to talk, but we also got to talk about something that we have in common, the interest that we have in common, which is Bollywood. So thank you, Bollywood. Thank you, Kush. And yeah, this was exciting.
Thank you, Minnie. I will stay in touch. Have a nice day.
And to the listeners, I hope you all enjoyed this Shaadi Special episode where we talked about everything from wedding tips to best kind of a life partner to even your dream weddings. And if you loved this episode, don't forget to give it a whole bunch of likes, share it with all your friends and family, and please leave your comments all over the streaming platforms and our Instagram, which is at Bollywood Talkies, with the extra S because we are extra. I will see you guys with another episode really, really soon, so please stay tuned and keep all your notifications on. Until then, this is Minnie signing off. Namaste, goodbye, and thank you for listening to Bollywood Talkies.